everyone, it is another day, Halloween decor hunting with me and good old Mr. Skeleton. The AC is Baja blasting today, if you can hear it. What are we doing? It is August, everybody. Happy August. We are here, we have arrived. I feel like this is the month where things really start flying by. Like, we blink and it's October. It is almost here. August is a month where we kind of see that next surge. Like, we see a little bit after 4th of July, and a lot of places start putting out Halloween in August. And then we'll get another surge around Labor Day, but this year, I'm not sure. I don't know if we're gonna, I'm seeing some people posting their Home Depots, putting stuff out. I don't know. In my area, we usually don't see Home Depot till closer to Labor Day. So usually end of August, early September. So I don't know if it's coming out early. I don't know what to expect with Home Depot. I think it's probably, per usual, going to depend on the area. Since I'm seeing it just popping up now, a lot of places, I'm thinking usually where I live is 2 weeks behind. Like, wherever I first start seeing Halloween, every time it's like 2 weeks after that, we start seeing it in my area. So I'm a little behind where I'm at. And then Walmart is very similar. In my area, it's usually after back to school, closer to Labor Day, but I don't know. And Target's the same way, usually around or after Labor Day. Last year was like into September. It was like second week of September is when I saw Halloween at Target. And I know a lot of people are already decorated by then. I'm usually decorated by then. So, I don't know when we're going to see Halloween, where we're going to see Halloween, but we're going to be out on the hunt. So I love this. So there's the early hunt I love because I love seeing early signs of Halloween. Then there's the HomeGoods Halloween hunt, which is, that's its own mystery, hunting for all the things that we don't even know what we're going to find at HomeGoods, which is why I love hunting at HomeGoods. I mentioned that before. And then the thing I love about everything coming up here in August, I love that we don't know where we're going to see Halloween or when we're going to see Halloween, but we know we're going to see it because it's coming out this month. We're just going to be out on a spooky adventure looking for Halloween and seeing what we can find. Right now, we're headed to HomeGoods once again. Of course, we're crawling back to HomeGoods. You're probably like, cool, I thought you said we're going to other places. I know, but today I just went and got my nails done, and I'm going to have my nails, by the way, if you want to see them up close. I'll post a short here on YouTube, and then also on TikTok and Instagram, I'll have my nails if you want to see the nails up close. Anyways, I just got my nails done, and I'm wanting to film a quick haul when I get home. So I only have a little bit of time, so I wanted to hit HomeGoods on my way home and like hit a couple HomeGoods and see if they have any new spooky goods out. So we're gonna go to HomeGoods, go home, eat some lunch, film a haul. I'm trying to get as much as humanly possible done today before I gotta pick up my kids, which is why I'm so glad I have Factor meals at home right now, which, by the way, this video is sponsored by Factor. Factor comes through. This is the exact kind of situation. Well, really, so many different situations, but especially when I'm trying to get as much done as possible in a short amount of time, I am so happy to have Factor. I know I can have a quick yet nutritious and delicious meal on the table. I don't have to think about what I'm having for lunch, where I'm getting my lunch, or how long it's going to take me to cook and eat my lunch. You haven't heard me talk about Factor before and you're like, what is Factor? I don't know what it is. Factor delivers fresh, never frozen meals straight to your door. They take just 2 minutes and they're ready to eat. They're so easy. They taste amazing. The variety of meals was already good, but they've also just doubled their menu. So that's 3 times new weekly meals than before. And they have 2 times more seafood meals, which one of my favorite meals from Factor, the ginger teriyaki salmon. Oh my gosh, if you're trying Factor, I usually get 2 of those in my box because I love it so much. And I also love their premium meals. When we're wanting a little bit more of an upgrade, like we want something like a filet or something a little fancier, their premium meals are delicious. And what I love about Factor is not just the convenience. Don't get me wrong, the convenience is up there because it is super nice to not have to plan meals, do a bunch of dishes. With Factor, I love that I get the variety. I get a variety of vegetables, I get a variety of protein, and we get to mix it up. Or if you don't like to mix it up, if you like the same thing every time and you have a tried and true Factor meal that you like, you can get the same meal over and over and over again. So I cannot say enough good things about Factor. And if you wanted to give Factor a try, you can head to factor75.com and use code LibraFB50 to get 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for 1 year. That's a steal of a deal with the breakfast. Once again, that's code LibraFB50 at factor75.com to get 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for 1 year. And that's with new subscribers only and varies by plan. You get 1 free breakfast item per box for 1 year while subscription is active. Get that steal of a deal with the breakfast. Their breakfasts are delicious. I love their scrambles, their pancakes, so good. We're here at HomeGoods. They had a bunch of parking too. So hopefully find some goods. All right, Mr. Skeleton, sir, sit up straight. We just left HomeGoods. Okay, I've determined that I probably need to start decorating because I need to figure out what I have, because I'm seeing things that I like little pumpkins or crows or things like that, but then I know I have pumpkins and crows. I just don't know if I have the ones that I'm needing for the mantle. The witchy mantle, doing a mantle versus doing a table, they're two totally different. For my table, I use a lot of things that are lower so you can, see across the table. But if I use only shorter or, smaller items on the mantle, then it's all going to look like it's just going to be a huge mantle with a lot of little, you can't really see what's going on. So I'm trying to figure out what I have, what I need. I really want that owl piece over at Michael's. Was that gone when I went last time? Probably. Dang it. Okay, I need to figure out what's going on. I need to get together, everybody. That's besides the point. We saw Halloween at HomeGoods, and it is prime time at HomeGoods right now. They are putting out all sorts of spooky goods. I saw things that I haven't seen yet, like a big Martha Stewart mirror. It was the one that said something like they're right behind you or something like that. They had a really cool metal Christian Siriano table that I hadn't seen yet. Black metal table with stacked skulls. And these were some of the pricier items for sure. And then they had a whole little gothic table that had wraithy figures and a wraithy candlestick holder thing. And then what else did they have? They had some skeleton pieces in here. They had the crow. They almost look like plague doctors, but they're like the crow bust. Some candelabras in here. One was a metal one that had a skull on it. Last year we saw a bunch of the candelabras with the spiders and the bats. This year they have one with a big skull. And then they had a black, really sparkly looking candelabra and some other black kind of gothic pieces in this area. They also had this cathedral looking thing. I think they wanted $350 for this thing. Had these gargoyles in the front, and the gargoyles had fur on them. And then they had wraithy or what am I thinking of? The Grim Reaper, like a Reaper looking figure in the windows or in the door. I don't even know, but it was a gothic cathedral situation. And this whole display was all darker gothic kind of stuff. And then it kind of carried on to another display too, where they had a white wraith with the skull. I think he was holding a skull. So they did have a lot of gothic pieces today, which I was excited to see. And then in the other little Halloween area, they had, once again, a lot of the stuff that we had already seen this week. Lots of cutesy items, with the ghost and everything. I think there was a witchy ghoul that was new. It's just a little witchy girl. And then there was a scarecrow figure, a cutesy scarecrow next to her. And some mummy ghosts or mummy bats or something like that, a stack of mummy bats. Also had some spooky looking houses, the light up spooky houses. I don't know, they had so much decor. It's getting to the point, we always reach this point of the season where the displays, not the displays, but the Halloween section starts feeling overwhelming because there's so much to see. Your eyeballs don't even know what to focus on, or at least that's how it is for me. I really try to hone in and make sure I'm seeing everything, but it's so hard. I'm did I already see that? Did I not see that? So there was a lot of that going on at this HomeGoods where I didn't know if I'd seen it already or if it was new, but I just love seeing Halloween in general, so I don't mind it. They had these candlestick holders that I saw. If you're doing a carnival theme this year, these candlestick holders were so cool looking. They were black and orange striped, almost like a circus tent vibe. It could just be black and white stripe in general, or sorry, orange. Did I say black and white? I meant orange and white. No, orange and black What am I trying to say? It was orange and black striped. And, but you could go with any orange and black decor, but especially if you're doing a carnival theme this year, I thought these were great. Little figurine that was definitely classic Halloween. It reminded me of something my mom would have had when I was growing up. It's like a little jack-o'-lantern with a ghost. Just simple, but just takes me back. We saw some bigger stuff, like pedestals and tables and topiaries, and I only got a panning of this area, but I did get a visual of the black cat pedestal, and it's just a black cat, but like that has that vintage Halloween feel to it. It's a pedestal, or it could be a seat or a table, or I don't know what it's supposed to be, but anyways, they had stuff like that, like larger items. And then in the ceramic section, they had some new stuff. So we were just talking the other day about Royal Stafford, and I was talking about how I was bummed out because I hadn't seen a new design from them, like a new witchy plate from them in years. And guess what we saw today, everybody? They had a new witchy plate. I hadn't seen this one, and it has a bunch of witches. Are they sitting at a table? I can't remember what. They're just like a bunch of witches. Get a new picture I hadn't seen yet that had a spooky house design on it. It's like this really cool spooky house. And then what else did they have that was new? They had a butter dish that was black and white. They had this really cool looking, I don't know if it was a teapot or stacked mugs, but it was a house and it was stacked. It was really cool looking. I hadn't seen that yet. And then they had a cauldron bowl that was matte, and then the stuff flowing over was a shiny black. So it was like matte black and then shiny black. Like the dripping area was shiny black. So they had that and some other things I know I'm missing. I think they had some Jack Skellington things in here. A couple of new mugs that were really pretty. But a lot of the mugs we'd already seen. They had a ton of mugs, but I didn't get all the visuals because we just saw those the other day. And what else do we see at HomeGoods? Any other ceramics that I'm missing? Probably. And then they had some rugs. They had a runner that had pumpkins around it, like a pumpkin border. And then a rug that was a jack-o'-lantern with candy in his mouth. They had some towels, speaking of towels, they had some bathroom towels. One had more of a gothic feel to it, red and black. One had ghosties on it, or did a couple have ghosties on it? Maybe a couple of them had ghosties on it. One was black and white, and it also had like a regular towel set that went with it. But I didn't get the big towel. I just got the smaller towel so you could see what it looked like. And then they had some soap dispensers. They had a Mickey one, a Mickey vampire one, and a Winnie the Pooh vampire one. And what else did I see there? I saw the candlestick holders with the witchy hands, and a couple other witchy items like a ghoulish garden looking piece. And this cauldron that had floral coming up and a skeleton hand, I think, coming out of it. Some crow pieces. There was a lot to see. What else I'm missing, I'll show here, but there was a lot to see, and it is prime time, everybody. And speaking of prime time, we're going to run into this HomeGoods, the home of the Elder Wasp. We're going in. All right, we're here at HomeGoods 2.0. There's a dragonfly following us around. The crow is not out. It's not here. All right, we're leaving HomeGoods 2.0, and I don't know what kind of lies the meteorologist was telling, but they were like, oh, there's going to be a storm, and then it's going to be a cool front, and there's going to be low humidity, and it's not going to be as hot. It's a cool front. I'm like, where? Where is the cool front? Because I'm not seeing it. It is freaking humid. It is so humid, Mr. Skeleton. It feels like a soggy ball sack out there, let me tell you. Sure, it's 90 instead of 105, but I wouldn't say that's a cool front. We just left HomeGoods. That's the good news. That's the good news. And I didn't see a whole lot of new things. Like, really did not see a whole lot of new stuff. Everything was pretty much what we'd already seen, except for one decoration I did see. So every year, we love to be mature and have a phallic Halloween decoration. One year it was the Ray Dunn mug, if you know, like the one with the house. Another year, was there another house thing that looked like, I don't know, but it looks, you know. So this time I saw this stack of pumpkins. So I got a visual of this stack of pumpkins, or jack-o'-lanterns, or whatever it was. And I decided that for now, that is the phallic Halloween decoration for 2026. And in case you were worried, oh, I saw this big witch hat that was really pretty. They were rolling it out, had frogs on it, and flowers. And then I'm trying to think of what, it was so slammed in there. It is 11 o'clock. It was slammed. And I just saved some money in there because I went to go buy a few things and the line was wrapped all the way. It was like out the line, like wrapped around. And I'm like, no, at 11 o'clock, no, not doing that. I need to get home and edit anyways. I was wanting to get some editing done today. And I always say this as a joke, but it's probably not a joke. But I always say that I pretty much spent the majority of my life in line at HomeGoods. Not really, but pretty much. Hey everyone, it is another day. Halloween decor hunting with me and good old Mr. Skeleton. Sir, it is time. We're doing some Halloween hunting today, everybody. I don't know how much Halloween hunting we're doing today because it's all going to depend on what's going on out in the world. Because this week and next week, historically, if you've been around here Halloween hunting over the years, you already know that this time of year is my least favorite. Not because there's no Halloween. There's always there's good Halloween in August. We see Halloween coming out everywhere. Everyone's putting out Halloween in August. So that's the exciting part. But near or around back to school, like the weeks before back to school, the couple weeks before, or around like the week before and the week of back to school, oh, you already know. It just gets so dang people-y out there. The lines. Oh God, the lines, especially at HomeGoods. Everywhere is just slammed. So today and any other days we have in this Halloween hunting video, because I never know when I'm starting it, when I'm ending it, where we're at, what we're doing, what day is it? Is it October yet? Almost. It's October. A lot of you have been saying happy October. I love it. It is October, everybody. But yeah, so we're gonna cruise around, stop at a couple places. I at the very least want to go to HomeGoods really quickly while it's still early. Before the lines are probably already ridiculous. It just opened and I'm sure the line's already out the door. But I just want to see, I want to take a little gander. We got a little energy drink that will maybe help us get through the lines today. Which, by the way, this one, first of all, if you're a Red Bull person, did you try this limited edition? It was in the spring. It was called Cherry Sakura. Did you try this? If you like Red Bull, this flavor, you know I'm a cherry ghoul till death. This flavor was the best flavor I've ever had from Red Bull ever. And of course they discontinued it because it was just a seasonal flavor, but it is so good. If they bring it back next year, I am stocking up. Like, I'm gonna buy not really a lifetime supply, but I will be stocking up because this was so good and I can't find it anywhere now. But this Cherry Sakura Red Bull. And if you're also an energy drink ghoulie out there or goblin-y out there, okay, what's your favorite energy drink if you drink energy drinks? Because as an elder millennial, Red Bull still has a chokehold on me. I just was wondering this in the back of my spooky brain. I was just wondering if anyone else out there, any other elder millennials, you don't have to be a millennial to like Red Bull, but just, I wondered in the back of my brain if any other elder or just millennials in general out there, even though there are other new energy drinks coming out and trendy energy drinks and this and that, if anyone else is still dedicated to Red Bull. Like, you cannot leave Red Bull. Red Bull has you in their death grip. Because let me tell you, I've tried all the other ones that are out there and nothing compares to Red Bull. And I like just full-blown sugar. Give me the full sugar Red Bull. Because I don't drink a lot of them. I only have one, maybe like one or two a week. And so I like it to be a little treat. Like, I want the sugar. Give me the sugar. But I used to be a sugar-free Red Bull ghoulie, like back in the day. But Red Bull, I can't leave Red Bull. I've tried all the others. And I think it's because I don't really like the stevia, or even the stevia alternative. I can't remember what it's called. But whatever they're using now for fake sugar, for sugar-free, I don't really like it. It's just overly sweet. There's this aftertaste that I don't really like. And I know For some people, they can get past that and get over it. Dallas can get over it. He doesn't even notice it. He doesn't even care. For me, it just feels like I just would rather not drink it. And a lot of the new energy drinks are very sweet, like cotton candy, this or that. And it's like very sweet on sweet on sweet, but then it's all artificial. And I'm not saying Red Bull's not sweet. Clearly, I'm drinking the full sugar Red Bull. It's just a different, like, okay, here's the thing about the Red Bull that I like. All of their flavors have some sort of tartness to it. And if you know me, then you know I'm a sour ghoulie. I love a good tart, sour anything. So I think that's why I like Red Bull. I feel like all of their flavors have a tartness, where I feel like all the other brands are going toward more of this extra sweetness. Everything is sweet on sweet on sweet. They don't really have a lot of tart flavors. I think that might be what it is. Let me know if that's what it is. Because I know some people don't like tart or sour. Maybe they don't like Red Bull. Like, if you don't like tart or sour, do you not like Red Bull, I wonder? And maybe you like some of the other ones? I don't know. Anyway, that's just a side rant because I was opening my Red Bull. I don't even know what we were talking about. I always think back to how badly I wanted to be a Red Bull ghoul. Like, I wanted to get in that little Mini Cooper looking thing and drive around with the big old Red Bull on the back. And I actually saw a Red Bull car the other day. And I was like, wait, they still have those? I hadn't seen one in forever. I don't know how we got here. I don't even know what we were talking about. I think we were talking about back to school. Oh, where we're going today. So right now we're headed to HomeGoods. You know we are early, which I don't know how early we're going to get there because we're hitting every single individual red light, but that's all right. Then we're going to cruise over to Target. I've been seeing a lot of people posting about the Target dollar spot. Nope, wait. Bullseye Playground. Why? Why do I do this every single time? Every time. My brain can just not, it can't do it. The Bullseye Playground. I think it's because the dollar spot makes more sense to my brain because it's dollar spot. It's like the dollar section, you know? And I think it just made sense to everybody. Now, the Bullseye Playground just doesn't, my brain doesn't go there first because it just seems like I don't, my brain doesn't, it's a dollar section of Target. Or dollar-ish section. Anyway, so we're going to check there, and then we'll walk around and see if there's anything else emerging at Target. Then we're going to run to Walmart. I saw that they're starting to sprinkle out some Halloween. We'll see what's going on in my area. Usually, my area doesn't get out Halloween until a little bit later, but they have this little, like, farm, I don't even know what line it is, that's putting out some Halloween, so maybe they have some there. But full-blown Halloween in all the sections usually doesn't come out till back to school is cleared out. So, and back to school is like in its prime right now in my area. Like, it is full-blown, like people are back to school. Speaking of which, at Walmart, I need to get some back to school supplies for Lucian, everybody. My baby, my little nugget Lucian. No, he's going to preschool, everybody. He's going to preschool. I can't believe it. And then we'll see where else the spooky wind blows us. I really need to get serious about this floral situation though, because we've got to be working on, I'm going to start decorating. And maybe that's what I need to work on next week while it's full blown, like back to school shopping, traffic everywhere. Everywhere's terrible. Man, HomeGoods the week before back to school just makes me want to cry every year. It's just the line, and I was just there and the lines were so bad. They were so bad. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Oh, it's not too bad yet. A big yet. Okay, let's park. We're here at HomeGoods, everybody. The home of the Elder Wasp. We're here at HomeGoods. Going in. Oh my gosh, Mr. Skeleton, we did too much. We did too much. We just did too much. Going into HomeGoods, HomeGoods got me today. Here I am, this whole season, I'm like, you know what, I've been doing pretty good, all things considered, just getting a couple pieces here and there. HomeGoods got me today. They got me good. They got me good with the HomeGoods, with the spooky goods. They just had some really, it wasn't like they had a whole bunch of new stuff. Like, a lot of the stuff was stuff we had already seen, so I didn't show a lot of duplicate pieces. If there were duplicate pieces, it's because I forgot I showed them already. But they had a lot of just really good spooky goods, the stuff they had. And the ceramics, They had this really cute gray spooky mug with this spooky house and this little ghost. And they had another spooky mug with a little ghost. They also had this mug or this little teacup or whatever you want. It was like a cup and saucer and little stir thing. And it had a black cat, and then the little handle was the tail. They had these really cute butter dishes with little ghosties lined up. And then was there another butter dish that was really cute? I don't know, they had some cute butter dishes. They also had this cute little toad wearing a witch hat, little ceramic canister thing. It was so cute. And they had some vintage inspired looking bowls that had these scaredy cats on them in black and white stripes. Kind of that circus theme we're seeing this year. And they had some new cups. They had a witch flying on a broom. I wish it wasn't plastic. I wish it was glass, but it was plastic. And they had a couple other ones with moons and stars. Some with, they did have some glass ones in here. One had witch hats. One was purple. I don't remember what was on it though. And so they did have some glass ones in here. But the one I really wanted with the witch flying on a broom was plastic, and I love these glasses when they're glass. They had Joanna Parker. We talked about this in the last video. I'm like, how do we pronounce Joanna Parker? So Spooky Family did some investigating and went through her Instagram and found her saying Johanna Parker. So Johanna Parker. Now I have to reteach my whole brain, but because this whole time I've been saying Joanna Parker and I feel terrible. It's kind of like Michaels with Big Mike's. I've been calling him Michaels, and this whole time he goes by Big Mike. I had no idea. Just kidding. But I do actually feel bad about mispronouncing Johanna Parker's name. So anyway, they had a mug. It was a ghosty mug, and it was turned around. It was kind of hidden. I didn't think we were going to see any Johanna Parker today, but there it was in all of its glory, a ghosty mug. And then I saw some dish towels and some aprons, everybody. I couldn't believe my eyes. It was fully stocked with these Johanna Parker towels and aprons. They had a couple other new kitchen towels. They had one that had a bunch of spooky houses on it and a witch flying on a broom. They had one that had ghosties and pumpkins. But they also had, they had this really pretty crow piece. Probably the prettiest, most detailed crow piece I've ever seen in the history of Halloween hunting. It was on a pedestal, which we see a lot of crows on pedestals, no big deal. But this one it was so detailed, and it was huge, and it was beautiful, and the detail was so good. It was so good. And then today kind of seemed like it was the day of the spooky houses. There were a lot of spooky houses, some gothic looking ones, some just spooky looking ones, some witchy looking ones, some Halloween looking ones. They had all sorts of different spooky houses today. So I felt like today was the day of the spooky houses. And then they also had this cake. It was like this gothic looking cake with this little skull on top and this intricate design, little stacked cakes. They also had some candle holder looking things, like these spider candlestick holders, and they were all spindly. I love a good spindly spider. A Pottery Barn dupe ghost candlestick holder. They also had a headless horseman water globe. It was a silver water globe with the headless horseman in there. He was beautiful. They had those cathedral window looking, we've seen them, they're like cathedral window looking pieces, but one we've seen has skulls. They also had one with a crow. I don't feel like we've seen the crow one yet, or did we see it? And I'm just not remembering, but the cathedral window looking pieces. Also in the candle area, they had this gorgeous gothic looking candle thing. And it had these, it looked like a gothic cathedral window thing, and then it had, or frame, or I don't even know what I was looking at, and then it had a snake at the bottom. So cool looking. I wish it didn't have the snake at the bottom. I wish it was just all intricate looking, but it was really pretty. Then they did have a couple little cutesy items. They had this cutesy little octopus guy, this Halloween octopus guy. They had, was it a scarecrow or a mummy, or a scarecrow mummy, maybe? Little cutesy guy. They had some vintage inspired pieces, this ghosty guy holding a pail, and then also a jack-o'-lantern head guy. They had, what else do they have? Some other little cutesy things in here. Then they had this other really cool piece that could look cool in a witchy theme, an oddities theme, or even the celestial theme that is popular this year. It was this kind of celestial looking starburst thing with this eyeball inside. It was so cool. It was all gold. It would look so good with that Michaels line. If you got anything from that Michaels line this year, it would look, this is a great all year round piece just in general. They also had this big mummy guy. It was like a big mummy, stand-up mummy guy. He was really cool looking. They had the spider web bench back this year, the one that I got a couple years ago that I love. And then they had one set of sheets that wasn't peanuts. So far, we've only seen peanuts out there, but today I did see it was like a black cat, pumpkin, jack-o'-lantern situation. It was all black and white. And, oh, we saw these bathroom mats. And these bathroom mats got your ghoul. Wildwood spooky houses everywhere. And then they had one that was just one big spooky house with a branchy tree and bats. Oh, they were so good. I think they wanted $16.99 for them, which I didn't think was bad. And then they also had some soap dispensers. They had one that looked like a poison bottle, kind of. One that had a cat, a black cat. One that had like a headless guy. I don't know if it was the Headless Horseman or not, but he was a headless guy. And then, so I'm assuming the Headless Horseman. And then what was the other one? And then they did have some Halloween jewelry, some earrings with black cats, some with ghosts, some with crescent moons and black cats, some little studs. They had some Disney stuff in there, like Mickey pumpkin earrings and stuff like that. So they did have some spooky jewelry. I didn't get it all in detail. I kind of just got a visual of it. Some skeleton stuff. There wasn't a huge selection, but there was a little bit there. And yeah, but we saw some spooky goods. Anything else I'm missing, I'll show here. But the spooky, like, I didn't show all the aisles because they were packed. There was a ton of Halloween in there, but a lot of the same kind of stuff we'd already seen, like the mirrors and a lot of the cutesy ghosts and some of the gothic stuff, the witchy stuff, like some of the stuff we've seen over the last several weeks. So I didn't get visuals of everything because, man, it was so packed in there. You could hardly even see anything. But I did get visuals of a lot of the pieces that stood out to me or the things I thought looked new to me today. But, man, they had some really good spooky goods today. And it wasn't like a ton of new stuff. It was just the stuff that I saw I really liked today. It was like all of a sudden I was like, those bathroom mats I really liked, the crow piece I really liked. Those spider candelabra or candlestick holders I really like, the spindly ones. The gothic candle thing was really, or lantern was really pretty. I don't know, they had some really good pieces in here. Anyways, we cruised over to Michael's. I saw a couple of new things. I saw some candles. They had some crow candles, a cauldron candle. They also had some, once again, gothic looking candles, these gothic cathedral window looking candles and candle holders, and they had like a candelabra in there. So really pretty wax pieces in here, and some weren't all wax. Some were just like the candle holders, and then there was wax inside, like, so just a basic candle. But they did have some newer stuff that I hadn't seen yet. And as far as the floral goes, they had 40% off fall floral, I think it was, and 60% off spring and summer floral. So I took a risk today, and I got some of the 60% off spring and summer floral. And I'm going to see if it will work for my witchy mantle, because it's green. Like, I'm wanting to mix some green in with some browns and some blacks and some, just like kind of mix it all in there. So we'll see. I might just end up going with all black floral, but, and then with the spring and summer floral, I know I'll use it, especially for my spring mantle, my whimsical, I do that whimsical kind of fairy mantle that I did during the springtime, so I can always use these things. I got them for a steal of a deal, so I know I'll use them, but if I don't use them on the witchy mantle, I'll use them, you know, in the springtime, and then I'll wait and see what kind of dark floral I'm wanting to go for. I have a feeling I kind of just need to get my mantle going, then decide what kind of floral I want to put up there. If I want it to be more mossy colored or more pale. Like last year on my table, I did a little combo of different shades of green. I did some fern stuff, I did some eucalyptus, and then I had some mossy stuff in there. So I might do the same on the mantle, but I think I need to pull in some black because I have a lot of black decor that's going to go on my mantle. So I feel like I need to pull in some of the black, but maybe not. I don't know. So I might just start decorating. Who knows? Anyways, we're here at Target. We're going to go check out the Bullseye Playground. You know, I almost said Dollar Spot, but I didn't. We're going to go check out Bullseye Playground and then hopefully they have something. I'd love to see. This one usually gets it first. Of all the Targets in the area, I always see Bullseye Playground here first. We're also going to take a gander around the store to see if they have anything else. So that's what we're going to do. Anyway, we're here at Target. We're going in. Just left Target. We did not see anything Halloween in the Bullseye Playground, but it was completely empty pretty much. So it looks like they're getting ready. Should be another week or so. Probably we'll check another Target tomorrow and see where they're at. But right now we're going to go to Walmart and see what they have. But at Target, they didn't have anything in the Bullseye Playground, but they did have some Halloween things in the little hide and eek dishware area, or like party wear area. It's like a little end cap, and it had some really cute in-your-face Halloween little party wear dishware. Like they had some mugs. I had a really cute little toad or frog, witch frog mug that had a little topper, a little witch hat topper. They had a mug that had skeletons all around it. They had a mug that had bats all around it. They had one talking about crime shows. I don't know if this was part of the Halloween area or if it just got placed there. And then they had, what was another mug they had? They had several different mugs in this area. Then they had a little cup, a little jack-o'-lantern cup with a lid and a straw that was plastic. Then they had a glass ghost cup, or little glass mug. They had some plates. They had a ghost plate. They had a black plate, I think, that also had a little ghost on it. They had, what else? A little snack tray thing or snack compartment thing that said boo. They had a ceramic stacked jack-o'-lantern canister, cookie jar looking thing. They also had some glassware with all the different, the kind of anthropology looking, but not the speckled look, just the, or I guess it was Pottery Barn who first did the non-speckled version. But they were just the glasses with the different characters, like one had bats, one had ghosts, one had pumpkins, and then I think that was it. That's all they had. But it was just the little rocks glasses. And then they had, oh man, what else? They had some towels, some little dish towels or hand towels. One had jack-o'-lanterns, and then one had a ghost on it. They had some aprons, a kid apron and an adult apron. So I think you can match your kids or nieces, nephews, grandkids, whatever kids you're working with. And lots of cutesy in-your-face Halloween, which I love to see the in-your-face Halloween. Also had some candles, and the packaging on these candles, the packaging is beautiful. They had one that was pumpkin bourbon, one that was pumpkin pancakes, I think, one that was called coffin something that I couldn't even smell. It smelled like nothing. I know I have allergies, but I can't smell anything anyway, but I couldn't smell a dang thing. I don't even know what the smell was. And then the other one was, what was the other one? I don't know. Almond croissant. And honestly, I didn't like the smell of any of them. I hate to say that. I'm very particular about my pumpkin smells. You know me, if you've been around here, you know I love it to be spicy. And I don't like an artificial pumpkin scent, but I also don't like a real pumpkin scent. I like it to smell like spicy pumpkin pie is what I like it to smell like. So pumpkin pie with a lot of cinnamon is what I like my candles to smell like, my pumpkin candles to smell like, or a pumpkin musk smell I like. But anything that has too much of the nutmeg, it smells off to me. There's something, I don't know what scent it is it nutmeg or clove? I like the smell of clove, but there's something off. Or if it's the pumpkin scent that's off, I'm not sure. It's just off. It's almost like, I don't know what it is, but it almost smells, I've had this conversation before, it's almost like chemically, I don't know what it is. But I like a good cinnamon in my pumpkin. So I like the heavy cinnamon on there, or the heavy musk. I'll give an example. So my favorite scents, candle scents from Bath & Body Works, the sweet cinnamon pumpkin, which is not sweet, I don't think. It doesn't smell like any of their super sweet. Like, it threw me off at first because when I think of sweet cinnamon pumpkin, I'm thinking it's going to be like pumpkin pancake cookie, extra vanilla on vanilla, but it's not. It's really spicy and cinnamony. Anyway, regardless, the sweet cinnamon pumpkin, the pumpkin carving scent, pumpkin bonfire, and is there another one? Pumpkin marshmallow bonfire, like it has like that little sweet, I don't know what it's called, But I also, if I want a really sweet candle, I do like the pumpkin waffle one. The pumpkin pecan waffles. That's besides the point. We're still talking about Target. So they also had, you guys, they had baby stuff. Babies. Oh, nothing makes my ovaries scream louder than the baby section during Halloween. Any baby section during Halloween makes me, because this is the first year both of my babies are no longer in baby clothes. They're in toddler clothes. Next year, I have a feeling Lucian's going to be in his big boy clothes. Anyway, every time I see these baby things, oh gosh, you guys, I'm not having another one. Dallas and I are tired. We're tired, but okay, they had a whole little baby section with these little stuffies, and they have this car seat cover, or it's like a stroller. It's a stroller canopy cover, and it's a jack-o'-lantern. Oh my gosh, I wish I would have had this when my kids were babies. I totally would have snatched one up. We sometimes use their stroller, but right now they're enormous. So we're phasing out. We're entering into our wagon era. But we still have the stroller, but we hardly use it anymore. But we used it to death. I have no regrets over my stroller, but oh man, this stroller cover is so cute. They also had some blankets, some hooded blankets. They had I think it was a cat, or was it a bat? I think they had a cat, a bat, a dragon, and something else. I don't remember what it was. Jack-o'-lantern? It was something. Maybe not. Maybe it was nothing. And then they also had some stuffies. They had a cat stuffy, a bat stuffy. They had a dragon stuffy. And then it had a little sign that said ghost. So I'm assuming they have a ghost. It just wasn't there. I don't know if it was sold out or just wasn't out yet. Then they had these super cute looking spooky pacifier clips that had these little faces. And oh, they were so cute. And oh, they had a puppet. They had this bat puppet. And you guys, I may or may not have got it for my boys for their Halloween baskets. They also had some cute little baby clothes. They had the Carter's baby clothes that had the cute little onesies with the little matching pant set or little skirt, little tutu set. One had ghost. There was ghost, and then there was pumpkins, like a cute little pink one, pumpkins and a tutu. Once at my first Halloween, I think, and then it was like a little set. And then the other one had little candy corns and ghosts and jack-o'-lanterns. And they had a sleeper it was like a jack-o'-lantern face on it. Oh man, they had some really cute stuff in here. It was so cute. And did they have a little sweatshirt or sweater or something else in here? I don't even know. They were so cute though. They had little socks. They had little booties with jack-o'-lanterns on them. Oh, it was so stinking cute, you guys. It was so cute. Bows, I think, maybe. I don't even know. They just had all the cute stuff. And they also had some other little Halloween baby clothes I'll show here. Little sets with little bell bottoms. And little set, like a little, oh man, the girl stuff was so cute. They had a little sweater that said boo, a sweater with a jack-o'-lantern. And now we're kind of getting into the toddler stuff, I think. I'm overlapping the toddler stuff. They had a dress that had black cats all over it. And then one that had ghosts all over it. They had some really cute dresses and tutus and sweaters and so many cute things. Then in the toddler boys section, they had some really cute stuff this year. Their toddler boys stuff, so cute. They had black and white striped pants with these skeletons who were skateboarding and doing the most. And then they had one that said Boo Crew on it and had the pants with the little ghost popping out of the pocket. And I love this because I'm noticing they're doing more short sleeves with the pants this year. I am so glad they are, because every single year with the long sleeves with the pants, you either get the short sleeves with the shorts or the long sleeve with the pants. And where I'm at, it's kind of in between. It is definitely short sleeve with the pants kind of situation. And I love that they're doing that. They also had a zip-up hoodie that had a skeleton or a skull and skulls on the sleeves. They also had a sweater with a little ghost on it. And was there a sweatshirt too? I'm not remembering, but man, they had some really cute stuff. Oh, then I also saw some Halloween in the electronics area. They had some little Halloween touch lights. They had a ghost. They had a jack-o'-lantern. They had a cauldron. And then they had some little little charging cords that had Halloween, like different Halloween characters. And then they had the charging banks. They also had they had this flashlight. And this flashlight is $5. Honestly, it seems like a dollar store buy, but that's besides the point. I mean, still $5. They sell $5 items at the dollar store, but you know what I mean. It's not very good quality, but it keeps my kids entertained. When it is hot outside, I just turn off the lights. It has like different covers on it, different spooky covers. So you can have like, you could do the ghost or the jack-o'-lantern, and it also helps us work on our language and words and stuff like that. So if you've got toddlers at home, these, or even kids, these are such fun little flashlights. And I mean, even if you get 10 minutes out of it, it's something. They also had some other flashlights, one with a ghost, one with a jack-o'-lantern. They also had some little key covers for the keyboard that were Halloween. They had a wrist rest, or whatever you want to call it, hand rest, for like with all these little pumpkins for, you know, where your keyboard is when you're typing. Then I don't know if they had a mouse. I can't remember what else they had, or I don't remember what it was, but they had a bunch of Halloween stuff in this little electronic area. But they had a lot of little Halloween, little electronic things. And they had some good stuff at Target today. So we saw some Halloween at Target. We're now headed to Walmart. I need to get some school supplies and some yogurt. And we're going to see if they have any new Halloween out, or any Halloween at all out. I've been seeing some stuff floating around out there in their little farmhouse section, or whatever it is. Or one of their lines that they put out, and also some clips or jewelry, something like that. So we're going to take a gander. We're going to look and see what there is to see, if anything at all. Usually my stores are a couple weeks behind everybody else, so we may not see anything, but we might. So we're going to check. So we're headed to Walmart. We're also going to see if they have any t-shirts, sweatshirts, that kind of stuff. All right, I'll see you at Walmart. All right, everyone, just left Walmart. I'm just now realizing I probably should have gone to the other Walmart, because the other Walmart usually has, I don't know that this one even has the farm line, or does it? I don't know. Anyway, it was nothing but a whole bunch of school supplies. As far as like in the decor section, it was school supplies and summer clearance still. So they didn't even have a section cleared off for any Halloween. So it was, yeah, no Halloween and as far as decor goes. But I did see some Halloween and some horror stuff. So we saw like a Chucky sweatshirt in the men's section and a Jack Skellington hoodie. Man, we are Baja blasting right now. It is 99 degrees. I didn't even think it was going to be that hot today. That's supposed to be in the 80s. It is so freaking hot, Mr. Skeleton. Cue miserable Marie. We didn't see a whole lot of Halloween clothing. A lot of clearance in there. Women's pajamas had some Halloween. They had some cute little, we see their little short sleeve and short sets every year. They had some this year again. They had one with like a little cat and a pumpkin. They had one that had, I think it was just little treats and little skulls and little, it was like little party. I think it was pink. And they also had the sleep, what am I thinking of? Sleep shirt. I call them moo-moos, but they're like a sleep shirt technically. They had the matching sleep shirts in all the different designs. And they had all the different designs in that. Then they had like these sweatshirt and sweatpants. They didn't come as a set. You could buy them separate, which I love because I like getting different sizes. I don't know if anyone else is like that. So the sweatshirt, one of them said Ghost Him, and it was black. And then the other one was this purplish blue, like indigo color with these little skeleton cats. And then the pants went with the sweatshirt. And then the other one was pink, I think. It was pink. They have little bones, something like that. And they were all these like sets that you could put together. And then they also had some other pajamas they were starting to put out. They had a whole rack of them that was kind of trapped, and I couldn't get good visuals of it. But then they had them on a separate, they had started putting them out on a separate rack I could get to. So I only got bits and pieces of the actual sets. But I'll link them, because I think with Walmart I can link them on YouTube Shop, so you can have a direct link if you want to see them and what they look like if you haven't seen them yet. But they have sweatpants, or they're not sweatpants, they're like pajama sets. They have pants, they have pants and t-shirt, or like it's like a oversized wide shirt set, and you can buy them separate. Or online, I think they also have the tank top and short sets too. And you can do, they have a pumpkin spice and pumpkin one. They have a ghost, one with ghosts and stars and all that kind of stuff. It's black and white. I love that set. They are so soft too, by the way, so soft. Then they also have, was it a pink one with dogs? And there's also a white set that has all these little magical, like witch hats and ghosts and cauldrons and all these little magical things on it. I like that print as well. I just can't be trusted with white anything. They're really cute. So you could get the separates online, and then I think the set though with the tank top and shorts comes together. So that way, if you live in a warmer climate, I love that they did that, because even if it's hot, I sleep in pants. I'm just that kind of ghoulie. I sleep in pants and like a t-shirt or tank top. So I like that you can have the choice of shorts or pants. Because a lot of times every year they always give us the shorts or the sleep shirts. And I'm like, I want to wear this into fall and winter and all year round. I want some pants, everybody. In the toddler and baby section, they had some Halloween. They had some like little onesie pajama or, sleeper pajamas that were the really thin, soft material. They had Snoopy or Great Pumpkin. They had oh my God, the Nightmare Before Christmas ones were so cute with the different colors. They had Winnie the Pooh that was also really cute. And I'm not even normally a Winnie the Pooh ghoulie. And the Halloween Winnie the Pooh on this little jammy set thing or jammy sleeper thing, so cute. They had Hello Kitty. They had, what other ones did they have? The Jack Skellington one. A lot of girls stuff. So they had like tutus. Oh my gosh, the Scooby-Doo one. The Scooby-Doo one is so cute. I wish they had the sweatshirt or hoodie in adult sizes, because I love the whole design of this hoodie, or I think it was just a sweatshirt. And it had a whole front and back print, and then the skirt had bats. Oh, it was so cute. Freaking bats, everybody. What's the other skirt set? It was also cute. It had like a little skirt. Was it a cat? I know they had a cat outfit with a skirt. What was the other one with the skirt? They had another one with the skirt set that was cute, but not as cute. That Scooby-Doo set was so cute. Then they had a Ghostbusters hoodie. They had a whole front and back and sleeve. They had a Jack Skellington hoodie that had his whole like little suit. And they had a couple of t-shirts. They had a cute little one that had all different little candies and ghosts and stuff. They had one that had a jack-o'-lantern face. They had another one. What was the other one? They also had some Carter's things in here. They had a pumpkin outfit for girls, and then they had the matching with pumpkins and a little bat. And then they had also one that had bats and pumpkins. It was gray. It was so cute. Or was it bats? Was it pumpkins or just bats? I don't know. It was really cute. Like a little athleisure outfit. And they had, oh man, they had just some really cute Halloween outfits for toddlers. And then they also had the toddler pajamas. They had a couple of different ones. They had ones that had trick-or-treaters on it. And then they had one that had these different frames with the different Halloween characters in the frames. I loved the color scheme on this pajama set. But then they also had some licensed stuff. So they had a whole Halloween Lightning McQueen Cars set. And they had a Bluey set. And then they also had a Barbie set. The Barbie set was really cute. It had Barbie and then pumpkins. Oh, I saw some candles, though. I did see some fall candles, a couple of different pumpkin-y ones, and then a cranberry one, a fall farmhouse one, and then one that was kind of pine, some sort of pine something. So we did see some new candles. I love the packaging on those candles, and they were $5. So it was a steal of a deal. Anyway, that's it for today.